The Indiana Pacers are in their 50th season in the NBA and were looking to build off a 7th seeded finish last year, the 2015-2016 season, and improve and work their way up to the top 3 seeds. They play in the Eastern Conference in Bankers Life Fieldhouse, which is located in Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, in the Eastern Conference, there are 15 teams, and 8 of those teams will make the playoffs each year. Now, during the 2016-2017 season, which is the current season right now, the Indiana Pacers are the 7th seed, and they are playing the number 2 seeded Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs. The Indiana Pacers had to win out the last 5 games of the season just to make the playoffs because they didn't hold any tiebreakers over the Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat, or the Milwaukee Bucks. After the 2015-2016 season, the Indiana Pacers were eliminated in the playoffs in the first round in Game 7 to the Toronto Raptors. Now, after that, Larry Bird wanted the Pacers to move to a more pace and space offense. With Larry being the GM, he thought this would be good since the NBA is still going to that more pace and space, positionless offense. And it would be good if the Pacers could find players to run that because it is very efficient offense. Now, to do this, Larry Bird made deals to acquire Jeff Teague and Thaddeus Young. In the Jeff Teague trade, though, he had to trade George Hill, longtime Indiana Pacers starting point guard, who is a very good three-point shooter and a very good defender. Now, I personally like the move on the offensive side, but really did not like it for the defensive side. Teague is a mediocre defender at best, and with the East having point guards like John Wall and Kyrie Irving running around, it was very nice to have someone that could go and lock up those players. But for the offensive end and the pace and space style, Jeff Teague is very fast, a good driver, and not a bad three-point shooter. To acquire Thaddeus Young, the Indiana Pacers had to trade the number 20 pick in the 2016 draft, which looked like a great move at the time, and continued to look like a great move through the season as Thad was a huge glue guy on the Pacers team. But the 2016 largely hinged on Miles Turner's career growth, and he did not disappoint, averaging over 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, and almost leading the league in block shots, but finishing third. Now, the Pacers started the season slow, however, with all these offseason moves, due to injuries to Paul George and Thaddeus Young, and also key reserves got hurt throughout the year. But after Paul George got healthy, the Pacers went on a 7-game win streak. However, Thad Young got hurt in that 7th game, and then they proceeded to lose the next 6 straight going into the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, the Pacers tied the NBA record for having alternating win-losses at 14. After this, Rodney Stuckey got hurt and was waived, and guess who was signed? Lance Stephenson, an old friend. And after Lance Stephenson came back, the Pacers won 5 of 6 games to push them into the playoffs. Lance brought that energy that the Pacers were lacking the entire year, and was a great sign to finish the year. At 42-40, the Pacers were their typical mediocre team, but they had their energy guy back and Paul George playing at killer all-star levels, averaging roughly 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in the last 10 games. With a season that was filled with mediocrity and injuries, the Pacers are looking to upset the Cleveland Cavaliers in the round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Who knows, maybe they're peaking at the right time.